If you in there, nigga, I'm ghost.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you want to see the full live stream that this video is from, click the link in the description down below. But before we get into this, make sure you thumbs up and subscribe, and let's get it. I'm probably just gonna make this brief, cause like I don't know. I don't ever think there's ever gonna be a time when you can completely, fully dissect this. You know, you kind of get, oh, this interview here, and then he said, she said type of thing. But basically, I just wanted to talk about this whole J.K. Rowling thing, bro. Hold up, what the fuck? Oh, that's okay. Bet. Yeah, I'll probably just do one more video after this, and I'll start that. Okay, bet, cool. Cause I'm like, I did not even set that up for this stream. But yeah, so since I'm gonna at least try to make this quick, I won't really put this on a backup channel, link in the description down below. As well as sometimes I can't say things on, YouTube, so it gotta be strictly Patreon in the description down below. But the whole thing with J.K. Rowling. So this is nothing new. We already know what's going on, whether you're on one side or another. But basically, when it, if you, I don't even got the. Usually, I got the at least some form of Harry Potter hat on, but I don't have it right now. But the biggest things growing up for me was Star Wars, Spider-Man, and Harry Potter. And so when there's this controversy with J.K. Rowling, I'm like, what the fuck? I had no idea what was going on. And then it was like, oh, she was, saying these transphobic thing or something transphobic, blah, blah, blah. I didn't look into it. I just kept it pushing. And then I didn't really kind of exit her out of here, but at the same time, I don't even remember who it was, but I think it was like an actress or a singer or something like that. And I think it was a woman, at least. I'm not sure. But basically, someone had got in trouble for like jumping someone who was trans or something and spitting on I don't know. It was something crazy where I'm like, okay, yeah, that's understandable. Like, what the fuck? Like, they can't be doing shit like that. So, but I just still never looked it up. I finally looked it up. I looked it up on Google, then it brought me to, I'm like, huh? This is... I'm sitting there thinking, I'm getting mad at the people posting the videos. I'm like, bruh, I didn't ask for this. I asked for what was the reason. Because this concept was new to me. This speaking about certain topics, and then if you don't agree with something, then it's the blah, blah, blah. I'm thinking, she attacked someone, disowned a family member or screwed them over or something like that. I don't know what it was. So now look it up. I don't remember what the post was. I could probably look it up, but now there's probably a whole bunch of other things. But that wasn't the big thing. So then at that point, I'm just like, oh, it was just literally her saying men can't be real women. So I'm like, oh, okay, so they're just completely getting rid of her from some asinine concept. And that's why we streaming this on Twitch and Rumble. And then after posting the video on YouTube. But we gotta have Rumble there because for some reason we have to this is even me biting my tongue. We just can't call a spade a spade. It is what it is. Um. So then. So then. At that point, I'm just like, oh, okay. I had a video. No, I don't remember. Either had a video or I'm gonna have a video talking about like, I don't remember. I had a different name in mind, but I can't think of it right now. Let's just say they make you an enemy, blah blah blah. And it's like I was someone like, if you ask me in high school, like, oh, what do you stand for? Like, I was someone who, like, pro, allowing gay people to do what they want, pro black this, pro this, that, and a third. So when I say something like, this was my whole like first experience with it. When I had met an ex, I'm gonna just try to go through this story. Basically, before we were together, we started at a job together. We're talking about dating apps. I was like, yeah, I don't like how, this is before we started using, transgenders. Like, this is before like people even use terminology like this. And I was like, yeah, they should just have their own, like, trans man, trans woman thing. They should have just like their own branch for like, who are you? What are you interested in? What are you interested in? And then I could click yes or no for that thing instead of men, women, everyone, blah, blah, blah. Men, women, trans men, everyone. Or a variety of the different categories. And she was basically like, that's transphobic. I was like, I just don't, that's not what I'm into. Like, if they want to do that, that's cool. Do that by all means. I have no problem. I'd rather people do, to a certain extent, obviously, but just do what they want to do in their private life, keep it pushing. And so that was my first experience with it. I'm like, huh? And it's okay, a lot of black people have internalized transphobia. What? Because I said I'm not interested in women who used to be men. So that was first experience. So then we get to this situation. And then imagine if someone wasn't thinking how I did. Like, I'm not someone who's like, oh, this article said this. Like, I want to see the source of the information. So I heard it was tweets. So I'm like, okay, let me look at the tweets. Men can be women. That's not it. Yo, YouTuber, dislike the video. There's probably videos I dislike that I need to go undislike. Because at the time, I was literally thinking, I'm not asking for this. I'm asking for what got her in trouble. But that turned out to be the case. Because at first I looked it up on Google, but then it took me to I'm like, I didn't know the timeline, so I'm like, this might be later on. And I'm like, okay, whatever, I'll look it up later. Then I actually looked it up on YouTube. And I was like, YouTube channel is not what I'm asking for. But it was what the issue was. Then fast forward. We get to the reunion. When I tell you that it was the most disrespectful thing for you to basically try to disassociate her name with her own IP. Now this is the biggest thing. Now this is also, like I said, the he said, she said. Listen, Avanya Lynch, you was probably the ones that I've seen hold it down. So you had to hold this follow on IG. Shout out to you. Even though you didn't completely take the side, you was just kind of being the most understanding one. Emma Watson, You know what I'm saying? Hey, if you checked on the channel, I had a video. She getting wife diff or something. It was one of those. And I was like, if you stare at me like Emma Watson during this scene, blah blah blah, and I wrote the clip. You know what I'm saying? You're a lovely, you know what I'm saying, lovely looking lady. For you to like be close with her and basically be the main one disowning her afterwards. Let's be honest, would you actually have this career? You were the main ones trying to, get your foot in the door to this franchise. For you to disown her like that. I'm like, bruh, these motherfuckers are snakes. Y'all the real Slytherins. Daniel Radcliffe, I understand his and then maybe the whole J.K. Rowling thing was just the whole kind of get out of jail free card, so he could, just kind of say things here and there, and then like it could be accepted and he doesn't really have to like. I get his point of view because like I know, for instance, there's a time where I wanted tattoos, and the only reason I didn't get them, one is I didn't even know how expensive they're gonna be, and then someone actually said, oh, I got this discount and it was this much, and I was like, damn, that's a discount. I ain't going. But let's say I did have the money, even then I wouldn't have got them because I didn't want to be typecasted as like a thug or blah blah blah, anything like that. Like I wanted to make sure I got to like rock Leonardo DiCaprio levels before, and I didn't want to get typecasted, so I was like, let me hold out onto it. And then now it's just like, damn, now I actually know the prices, and do I even care that much? Nah, not really. But then, so I get with him where like for instance, he did that movie where Kimball something where it's like hands were like tied to a gun or whatever, and then like there's a set photo and that leaked or whatever, and then people were like, damn, this obviously that it's a joke or whatever, but damn, this new Harry Potter movie look different, or whatever like comments they was making. In that one you get it, it's a little joke, but like I'm pretty sure there's people who come up to him wanting a picture and autograph and just call him Harry Potter, don't even know his real name, don't even care to know his real name, and he wants to, be able to have a career beyond Harry Potter. It's like and that's kind of like a thing with like a lot of child stars, is they kind of like, besides like getting fame at a young age, like if they're like on Disney or something like that, the most like successful one out of the whole thing was Zendaya, where she was still doing a little bit, and then and then now she's in more mature projects. She went Disney, and then like did a couple movies here and there, little less family friendly but still PG, and then went into MCU with Spider-Man and stuff like that, and then more mature stuff with Euphoria. And in other scenarios, it usually the better option was for them to slip under the radar and then just be low-key and do whatever. But she was the one that stayed on the radar and still didn't like just nosedive into some different stuff. So I get the Daniel Radcliffe, and then all right, I'm not too mad about you. I had a friend who wore glasses and blah blah blah, and people called him, will always mess around calling him Harry Potter. I know how annoying that was for him. So I get that. But the one I really get is Rupert Grint. He basically said, hey, I'll come back and do this and that as long as they pull up. Okay, for sure. Hey, you don't want to just be the one person coming back and blah blah blah. He never really commented, to what I've seen, commented on the whole J.K. Rowling situation. But the one that really pissed me off was Emma Watson. You've said to like basically look up to J.K. Rowling. You were one of the ones who really wanted to get this part, put 110 effort to get this role, and then you shit on her like that and just disown her. Now, maybe, who knows? I doubt this is the case. Maybe this is something where, like, for instance, if I was in some crazy situation that I, whether it's true or false or whatever, and someone was close to me, I'm like, yeah, it get a little iffy to defend me. Just, I wouldn't say disown me like that. I'd probably just say just don't talk about it. But maybe behind closed doors she said, hey, yeah, just disassociate yourself from me to, you know, save your image. But from my point of view, it makes you look bad. It makes you look like a snake. Someone who literally made your career. This is like if, I said Star Wars, this is like if George Lucas never sold to Disney and he made his own sequel trilogy, and I was gonna be one of the stars of the film. Like, you have your protagonist and your antagonist, and then maybe I was like I was the second most most prominent antagonist, protagonist, whatever the fact. We do the sequel trilogy. Maybe I do some voice roles in some like animated series or whatever, spin-offs, this, that, and the third, make cameos here and there. And then years later, George Lucas says, like, I don't know, like, oh, there's a black person who did something and they need to be punished for it, but because of this racial thing, they're not getting that. And, you know, he's making a statement about it. I disown you, and, like, I want nothing to do with you, and I will never return to anything Star Wars unless you're not there. So, that being said, I just had to rant on that. I probably... the fuck is that? Listen. Alright. If you want some rants like these, backup channel description down below, Patreon description down below. Next time I'd probably, you know, put that on the backup channel. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. I'm saying this like I'm in the video, dude. I'm streaming this. But I guess if you're watching the video, thumbs up, subscribe, stay tuned for the next one. I'm out. Peace.